Welcome to another episode of Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. We are picking it up in the bottom of the ninth inning in St. Louis with the Chicago Cubs facing their bitter rivals, the doggone St. Louis Cardinals. We just had Patrick Wisdom with an opportunity to get the final out of the game, and he did not. So I'm not sure if they gave him an error for that, but it is what it is. The Cubs lead 10-3, so I doubt this is going to come back to bite them, but don't quote me on that. Alec Burleson already scored in the last inning, a double in a run for him in the last inning. The Cubs are looking to close out the Cardinals with Rucker on the mound. 1-1 at the count, 2 out on the bottom of the ninth. As soon as this game is over with, I'm going to hit you guys with the highlights. Get y'all's reaction in the comment section about this Cubs win streak, 6-game win streak after this win. Hopefully they can lock it in, lock it down, get this win tonight. 6-game win streak, and doing it against one of division rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals. Below them, after last week taking 3 out of 4, they are looking to close things out, and they just did it with the final out of the game. The Chicago Cubs take care of business. That Patrick Wisdom situation was not a big deal, obviously, 10-3. It is what it is. David Ross has this team humming on all cylinders. We're going to get right into the highlights right after the intro.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball. Let's start the show.
And the Chicago Cubs, with their longest win streak of the season, 6 games in their first time at 500 since May 13th, I believe. And they were close to 500 in London versus this same St. Louis team back in June when they were over across the pond. And from that point, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing ever since to get back to 500. What a game today. They put up a 10 spot on those Cardinals, and we're going to go over the highlights in a second. It's your boy Big Bro. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. After the Cubs, Swanson walked with the bases loaded to get the first run of the game. The Cubs just decided to take care of business. Let's check out the first of many highlights from tonight's victory over the St. Louis Cardinals.
And that's hammered left field corner. That one hooking, and that's a fair ball. It'll bang up against the wall, over the wall, automatic double. 2 are going to come in to score. Morel delivers, and the Cubs lead it 3-0. Wow.
So there you have it right there. Christopher Morel is doing it. He's hitting more than just home runs now. He's deciding to just hit, not just for power, but for contact. And it's good to see, especially the way he started this season, with just hitting home run after home run. So that put the Cubs up 3-0. And here we go with what they did to get the 5-0 lead.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into left field. Swanson around third. He's in to score. Morel will slide into third. It's an RBI single. Gomes comes through, and it's 4-0. We won the game. Little tapper. This is going to be a tough play. And everybody's safe. Run comes in to score, and it is 5-0.
So all 5 of those runs right there came with 2 outs. The Cubs are just not – they have no quit in them. They have no quit. And speaking of no quit, we're going to check out – let's see, some defense right here.
The other way. Oh, Nico on the dive, and he stole a hit from him. That's a Gold Glove play. Nico Hoerner.
Nico Hoerner took care of business right there. So after that, you had Suzuki grounded to a fielder's choice, and Nico Hoerner scored in the 4th inning to put the Cubs up 6-0. And then we had the Cardinals scored their first run on a home run in the 4th inning off Justin Steele, who had a great game, and we'll talk about him in a second. But then the Cubs, they weren't done. Like they don't care about that one run.
Absolutely. It's a good call. Tauchman drills that one deep right field. Walker back. Gone. Tauchman just snuck it out into the grass over the wall, and a home run makes it 7-1.
How about that? We've talked about all the good work Tauchman has done against left-handed pitching this year, but a lot of times it's line drives the other way. This time he goes deep.
And then you have Talkman hitting that home run, barely getting it over the wall. And I'm not gonna complain about it. Ever since Talkman's been at the leadoff position, he's been playing really well. So after that, it's pretty much over at that point, 6-1, or 7-1 at that point. And then we have this Gold Glove double play situation, which is my play of the game.
Oh,
baby.
belly. Oh, stop it. Baby. 3-6-1. Gold Glover to Gold Glover in a double play. Gorgeous.
And my boy Steele was pumped up. He had a great game. Before we get to him, we'll just show some of the last runs. The Cubs ended up winning 10-3, but this was one of the last runs that they scored.
Towards third, fair ball down the line, and Swanson will come around to score. Morel is on his heels. He is in. It's 9-1 as Gomes just rolled one inside the bag down that third baseline.
And Tauchman hit an infield single in the ninth inning to give, not necessarily an insurance run, but to give the Cubs double digits. They're in the top 5 in that category in the major leagues. So Cubs on their 6-game winning streak, they moved to 500, 51 now, 5.5 games out of first place. And let me see how far they are out of the wild card real quick before we talk about Justin Steele, who just played really, really well today. So the Cubs are now 4 games out of the wild card, 5.5 games out of first place. And hey, they took care of business today. They took care of business. They've been taking care of business ever since the buzz kind of started around maybe trading Cody Bellinger, maybe trading Marcus Stroman. And it just looks like they're going to end up having to be buyers, especially if they keep beating the Cardinals and find themselves on a 9-game winning streak or winning 7 out of 9, things like that. And right now it's looking really, really good for the Cubs. Justin Steele, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, only 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts, 92 pitches. He was lights out once again, definitely emerging as the Cubs ace. The pitching staff has been pretty strong, even though and side note, today we had a situation where Wilson Contreras had to leave the game after he got hit with a bat in the first inning. But hey, it is what it is. They end up hitting Ian Happ for that. You know, they try to get some retaliation. Starting pitcher gets tossed for that. But come on, dude. Like, it was an accident. They didn't try to hit Wilson Contreras, and they had to pay for that. The Cardinals ended up paying for that, losing their head, losing their cool for a situation that wasn't called for. Hitting batters after the Contreras situation led to the Cubs scoring a couple of runs in the first inning, and then the Cubs just poured it on after that. So it's a strong win for them. And the Cubs, man, they've been on fire since the All-Star break. These guys are first in runs per game, put up another 10 runs today. First in batting average, that's going up today. Oh, first in OPS and first in stolen bases. I'm not sure if they got any stolen bases today. At least I didn't see them get any today, but they're taking care of business, and you like to see it. This team hasn't shown any quit all season, and here they are again, winners of 6 in a row and beating up on their division rivals. So it's exciting to see the Cubs doing what they need to do to make put the pressure on Jed Hoyer and company to make some moves at this trade deadline to put them in position to win the Central Division, or at least get into the wild card, get one of those wild card spots. So tomorrow the Cubs will be facing the Cardinals again in St. Louis at 7:15. They're facing Jordan Montgomery. There's no decision on who the Cubs are going to be pitching, but hey, let's see if they can stay hot so far, so good for the Cubs. Ever since the All-Star break, they've been taking care of business. I have no complaints about what this squad has been doing, and it's just good to see. It's good to see them beating up on St. Louis, too. St. Louis is right there on their heels last week when they were in Chicago, and now they go to St. Louis they go to Cincinnati after this St. Louis trip, and the Cubs can find themselves right there, basically fighting for a second or first place position right around the trade deadline. So I'm excited to see it. So I'm not going to hold you guys, man. It's been a long day, a long night. Baseball is long enough, so we definitely don't hold y'all hostage over here. We appreciate y'all for rocking with the Central family, NBA Central, Chicago Bulls, Bears, Sky, Blackhawks, and coming soon, Chicago Fire Central. And then, of course, we got the Shy Boys podcast with the Cognac Boys. Y'all already know that I'm representing for myself, Big Bro. And then, of course, we got Hayes, we got C-Dub, we got Bobby, we got Steve-O Speaks. We do it big over here. We got the gentlemen over at the Blackhawks Central doing their thing as well. It's going to be a fun year for football and basketball as well. So keep rocking with us over here with the entire Central family. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Got to do a video on the White Sox in the morning. We're going to see what they can get done. But it looks like they lost to the Guardians tonight. It is what it is. The White Sox are pretty much done. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to move any closer to winning their division as they're down to the Guardians right now, 6-3. I'm going to holler at you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball.